The city of Tsukigakure was bathed in the moon's soft glow. It was a place of secrets and shadows where old stories felt true. Then, the moon disappeared during a lunar eclipse. The moon, usually a comforting presence, was gone. A strange darkness covered the city. People whispered about odd things happening. The statues in the town square seemed to be moving. Their shadows danced in the dim light. A cold wind blew through the streets, bringing a feeling of worry. This wasn't just an eclipse, it felt like a warning. The air felt charged with unseen energy. The people, usually not scared of the dark, rushed inside. They locked their doors and closed their windows, hoping to keep out whatever hid in the shadows. By the time the eclipse was at its strongest, Tsukigakure was like a ghost town. Even the stray cats were gone, hiding from the strange energy filling the night. They didn't know it, but the eclipse was just the beginning. Aoi Minase tossed and turned in bed. He was a young man, almost an adult, with messy black hair and eyes as dark as the night sky. He was always interested in hidden mysteries. Lately, his dreams had been unsettling. He dreamt of a girl surrounded by moonlight. She held a glowing sword, her face hidden by a swirling mist. He felt strangely connected to her, a sense of urgency that made it hard to breathe. Tonight, his dreams were even more real. The girl spoke to him, her voice like a haunting song carried on the wind. "Find me," she whispered, her voice echoing in his mind. "Find me, Aoi." He woke up suddenly, his heart racing. The red light of the eclipse shone through his window, making strange shadows on his wall. He couldn't shake the feeling that something was very wrong. Aoi walked to the window, pulled by an unseen force. He looked up at the eclipsed moon, its red light turning the world red. He felt a tingling in his palm. Looking down, he saw a mark on his skin, glowing softly in the dark. It was a crescent moon, its points long and curved, like the wings of a bird. His fear turned to curiosity. What did the mark mean? Was it connected to his strange dreams? He had always felt different, like he didn't quite fit in. Was this mark the reason? The questions filled his mind, each one leading to another. He didn't know it then, but this mark was just the start of his adventure, a journey that would uncover secrets hidden for hundreds of years. Aoi didn't know it, but the eclipse had woken something old and powerful. Tsukigakure's history was full of legends about spirits of light and shadow, very powerful beings who once fought for control of the human world. The spirits of light, led by the kind moon goddess, fought for balance and peace. The spirits of shadow, led by the evil Shadow King, wanted power and chaos. The war went on for centuries, leaving scars on the land and in people's hearts. Finally, the moon goddess trapped the Shadow King and his followers, bringing peace back to the world. But the victory came at a cost. Weakened by the fight, the moon goddess went back to the moon, her power fading a little more each year. The next morning, I received a strange message. It was an invitation to the Hoshiomi Academy, a hidden school deep in the mountains. His parents, their faces showing worry, told him a long-kept secret. They told him about the spirits, the war, and the prophecy of a chosen one marked by the moon. Aoi, feeling both scared and excited, knew he couldn't ignore his destiny. He said goodbye to his parents and started the long journey to Hoshiomi. The path was dangerous, the forest full of whispers and shadows. He met strange creatures, some good and some bad, and he could feel his own power growing inside him. He was being tested, pushed to his limits, but he wouldn't give up. He had to reach Hoshiomi. His destiny was waiting for him. Hoshiomi Academy was unlike anywhere Aoi had ever been. It was a secret fortress of knowledge, a place to train those marked by the moon. There, he met others like him, teenagers from all over with the same crescent moon mark. There was Kaori, a talented archer with a quick wit and sharp eyes. Kenji, a quiet swordsman, had a calm strength that made people respect him. And then there was Sakura, a master of illusions, her beauty as dangerous as it was captivating. They were the chosen ones, destined to fight the Shadow King and his followers. Together, they trained with the Academy's masters, improving their skills and discovering their true potential. Aoi learned to control his growing power, finding he could control shadows. He felt himself becoming stronger, more confident every day. As Aoi became closer to his fellow students, he started to have doubts about one of them. Something felt wrong, a lingering darkness he couldn't quite figure out. Was it Kenji, with his quietness and intense stare? Or maybe Sakura, her beauty hiding a clever mind and a sense of untrustworthiness? The line between friend and enemy became blurry, and Aoi questioned everything he thought he knew. He told Kaori his suspicions, the only one he truly trusted. She listened carefully, her forehead wrinkled in thought. Not all spirits are what they seem, Aoi, she warned, her voice low and serious. The Shadow King's influence is sneaky. It can twist even the purest hearts. Their conversation was interrupted, but Aoi couldn't shake the feeling that someone was watching them, every move scrutinized by unseen eyes. Their training became more urgent when news reached the academy. The Shadow King was awakening, his power returning to the world. Dark creatures came out of the shadows, attacking villages and leaving a path of destruction. The balance was changing, and the fate of the world rested on Aoi and his friends. Training time was over. The real battle was about to begin. Aoi, Kaori, Kenji, and Sakura were sent on their first mission to investigate people disappearing from a faraway village near the Mountains of Shadow. They didn't know this mission would be their first real test, a trial that would reveal the traitor among them and push them to their limits. The fate of Tsukigakure, and maybe the whole world, was at stake. As Aoi looked at the growing darkness, he knew time was running out. The prophecy of the Chosen One felt like a heavy burden. Was he strong enough to face the Shadow King? Could he trust his companions? Or would one of them betray him when he needed them most? The fate of Tsukigakure depended on his choices, on his ability to control his power and accept his destiny. He held the sword that had been passed down in his family, its blade vibrating with a power that matched his own. The battle was far from over, but Aoi felt a small spark of hope. He wasn't alone. He had his friends, his training, and the unwavering spirit of the Moon Goddess on his side. The Shadow King would soon learn that the light, even though it might flicker in the darkness, could never be truly put out.